Welcome to Kermode Uncut. As I'm sure you'll know, there's been an awful lot of controversy about the recent Oscar nominations, about the issue of diversity and the lack of diversity in those nominations. I did a blog about this a week or so ago. But I was also asking questions before that about the category system, the supporting actor, supporting actress. Like, for example, Alicia Vikander is nominated for supporting actress for a role in The Danish Girl. I mean, it's clearly a leading actress role. I mean, it just makes no sense. And I was saying, maybe we should just do away with those categories, come up with some new categories. I asked what your suggestions would be. Loads and loads of suggestions from you, and some I expected, some I didn't. Here are just a few of them. This is from Jake Leonard 1992. This is actually quite a popular one. Best ensemble cast. I don't understand why the Academy doesn't do this when many critics awards panels do. It's absolutely right, and loads of award ceremonies have an award for ensemble cast, and it makes perfect sense. It does away with the whole business of supporting actor, lead actor. I mean, it's just recognising the ensemble work. I think it makes perfect sense. I think it would be a real step in the right direction. This from Andy Panayutu. I would go with number one, best CGI direction for scenes with a majority of VFX elements in them, and number two, best performance using prosthetics for heavy prosthetic work like Doug Jones's work in Pan's Labyrinth or any other Del Toro film for that matter. Now, on the subject of CGI, an awful lot of people got in touch suggesting awards for motion capture categories. I mean, this, for example, from Flash Harry. Given the sticky arguments surrounding who is responsible for the performance of a mocap character, perhaps a best ensemble character in a non-animated film should exist that praises both the performer and the artists that brought a character together. I love that construction. Best ensemble character in a non-animated film. Now, this is interesting from Alexandra Fanner. Best actor/actress with use of motion capture technology, and best actor/actress in a motion picture. The novelty is, in this category, there is no gender separation. Equality of gender would put actors and actresses fighting for the same award. Now, this really was a very, very important part. Many of you raised this. The whole distinction between actor and actress is just getting completely absurd. This, for example, from D503, I would like to see a unification of best actor and actress categories. You won't hear an actress refer to herself as anything other than an actor today, and most media style guides are the same. It needs to go the way of authoress, murderess, and so forth. I absolutely agree, and it is certainly true that the word actress is already starting to seem terribly arcane. I mean, it's actors. So, should we do away with gender distinctions when it comes to the awards? Well, here's a counter-argument. This is from Luke XPB. In an ideal world, especially the joyously non-binary gender one we're entering, doing away with the actor-actress distinction is a no-brainer. However, you only have to look at this year's nominations to know that if we remove that class protection, we wouldn't only have the whitest Oscars, but also the disease of the whitest and most male Oscars would most likely spread from the directing to the acting categories. Until that bias is sorted, I'm not sure that it's the wisest course of action when there are so many superb performances by women finally taking centre stage. And that sentiment is echoed again by Basinki, who says, I don't think we should do away with separate actor-actress categories yet, because I think overall there are more well-written male characters than female. Even though there's more great roles out there for female actors now than there has ever been, we're not really at a stage where you could say female actors have the same breadth of opportunities to display their skills. Now, I think this is a very complicated issue. There have been fantastic roles for women in cinema recently, but it remains the case that cinema is a male-dominated industry, and time again, we hear stories about the limited opportunities for women both behind and in front of the cameras. Let's end on a couple which are a little bit more flippant. This from David Wake. The one we should have is person we'd make a big fuss about if they died, but done early so they can know how much they are appreciated. We kind of have a version of that at the moment. It's called a Lifetime Achievement Award. Whenever anyone receives a Lifetime Achievement Award, they often make the joke about this means that you think. I'm going to finish with this from Cornish Darren Fewins. Best silent scene, best black and white scene, best live score, best organic movie, meaning on film, not digital, and best film of 2 minutes length or less. To which he adds, oh, and best aspect ratio.